Alright everyone, so I'm a big idiot and I forgot to record this whilst we were going through this. So let's talk about the spiral abyss. So my apologies. Like last time, we usually do like a reaction on the spiral abyss as it comes out. So yeah, I didn't do it. So I just quickly claim all these stupid rewards. There we go. All right, so with this floor, what you need to understand is there's obviously like an element of crowd control here on the first chamber. So I think this is where they wanted you to have like Venti and so on. It's definitely quite like a bit of a time waster. And then I think for the later floors as well, they're definitely trying to encourage like a huge team variety, especially on this floor here. You can't just run a mono cryo team. You definitely need at least some sort of hydro unit here as well. And then of course the final chambers and so on is just about grouping them up and so forth. So I'm just going to quickly run through these spiral abyss again. Sorry that I couldn't do this first time. So one of the things that I think is quite helpful is if you've got a large number of mobs, then having something, for instance, like a Yai Miko is pretty good because you can just auto target them in a field. And if you spread out your turrets widely enough, then you can obviously tackle the enemies. And obviously, I don't have Venti or Kazuha, so we're just going to use Sucrose to crowd control everyone. And then because we've got these little Abyss Lecter flames, whatever, Kokomi is actually really, really helpful on the final floor. And then on the second half, what I would sort of encourage is something like at least a Gene, because the guys are going to hit you really, really hard, and someone like Mona can be very, very useful. And then, of course, Ayaka and Shenhe for the final floors as well. This is just my recommendation. Obviously, I'll release a video on the F2P side later on with my other account. Hopefully, I've got all the artifacts ready and so on, and then show you guys how to do it. But this is just more to talk about what your approach should be. And yeah, hopefully you guys will find this educational and so on. And yeah, let's just get into it. So the big thing is, once this little thing here activates, you've got a lot of reaction because this emits pyro. And if you've got hydro, electro, or even some other variations, you can trigger quite a lot of reaction damage. So the first thing you want to do is we obviously want to put down our Yai totems, spread them out evenly to get most of the enemies. And then we can put down our Kokomi. And yeah, now we're just going to sort of crowd control here with Sucrose, get them all grouped up, and then just smack them. You can see, look at all those reactions that we're triggering. It really is quite cool. Let's just clean up here with Yamik. With Raiden. Avoid these enemies. Alright, and now I can just repeat like the basic pattern. Put down little totems. Group up the enemies if we can. And then just trigger a whole bunch of reactions. Look at that, it's just absolutely beautiful. And why not, let's just finish this with Kokomi. So obviously you would want Venti or Kazuha or some better crowd controllers, but I think you can manage with Sucrose as well. You just would need to play her way more actively, and I think Yai Miko herself is so useful because you can now decide, do you want to sort of focus fire this enemy here and then like sort of attack these enemies in the background. It's all up to you how you want to play it and yeah, what you want to do. I'm just going to heal up Raiden. And that's about it for this floor. So of course I'm not playing at full potential, we're just casually going through this. And then this floor is actually pretty easy. All you need to do is just wait for these two ruin guards to come into the middle, do this, freeze them in place, smack them like this, trigger a bit of swirl, and then you should be able to one-shot them. And if not one-shot, then you can just sort of, they'll be low enough. The ruin guards are pretty easy though. So you guys have dealt with them a bazillion times. Alright, so on this floor again, if you've got the crowd control, it's going to be easy. Otherwise, all we're going to do is we're just going to do exactly what we did earlier. Put down a little turret next to each one, spread out the damage evenly, then crowd control them, put this down, and then just smack all of them at the same time. That is pretty fun. Oops, I forgot where these guys spawn. I'm just going to quickly swirl them, trigger reaction damage, and there you go, Raiden, smack them. So again, how you crowd control is pretty important. And now we come to probably or arguably the most difficult chamber. These three guys are incredibly insane. So you want to try and target this guy as quickly as possible. And the reason is he is gonna sort of reduce your elemental burst energy, and that's not really nice. So you can see I'm immediately using Ayaka right there. I want to sort of bring him down as quickly as possible. Again, I just want to sort of phase out. Oops. I lost a bit of elemental burst energy on Ayaka, which is quite bad. It is very difficult to dodge three of these guys simultaneously. So the best way I think that you can do is you can just sort of play in a circular pattern around them. This is like the easiest way to dodge their damage. And then on occasion you can just then smack them as and when you need to. Ayaka is like really looking bad and so on. Oh well. We can finish off this guy. Yeah, he should be dead. We've got this guy. Heal up everyone. Finish off him. And now we've got the last guy and we can just use Mona. Mona is such a, yeah, she's quite fun to do this with. You can just use Mona normal, and then of course when her E ability comes online you can do this. And there you go, that is how to do this floor. They do hit hard, so try and use the circular pattern. You can't just stand still in one spot. If you do plan on standing still in one spot, yeah, good luck. Then you have to take them out very quickly, and you have to interrupt them constantly. So final floor, this one is absolutely made for Kokomi, and let me show you. You've got these two guys, so let's just quickly bring down their health, spread out the, what do you call it, attack evenly. Just trigger a little bit of swirl. There you go. There you go, Raiden. Smack him, bring him down. And let's bring this guy down as well. Put down the totems, and now it's Kokomi's time to shine. Let's go. You see, even with the like high amounts of attacks, you've got such a large health pool that even if the enemies like debuff you, it really doesn't matter. And that's like why this character is just so good. Obviously, I think if you've got like an extra Hydro unit and so on, it can be quite helpful just to battery up Kokomi, because these guys don't really give you elemental particles. So Raiden obviously will be quite helpful. There we go. And let's just put this down. A little bit of sucrose, and there we go. I forgot I didn't infuse it, but oh well, that's not the end of the world. And there you go, Kokomi, pretty comfy as well, just to take them out. And now the final floor. We've got these two guys, so the big focus is to try and build up as much elemental burst energy as we can. Oops. I'm going to try and take them out with one Ayaka burst, build up some Ayaka energy as well. This will just help freeze them in place. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Alright, we don't need Mona anymore, but that's fine. Da da da. Alright, we just need some energy for Ayaya. There we go, and it's pretty much game, set, match. We can swirl for a bit of good luck. Add a bit of Shenhe. There we go. And it should be, yay, game, set, match. Alright guys, so that was the relaxing, me taking you through it sort of version. So yeah, hopefully it was fun. You could sort of understand more or less what you needed to do, adjust your teams appropriately and so on. And yeah, hopefully it was educational.